This is the award-winning Lee Pitts Live.
Brought to you by the North Law Firm. For car accidents and negligent security cases, call Joe at 239-337-1191. And by Lee Health.
Southwest Florida was so thrilled to bring to you a man who is out there. He's got a lot of buzz about his campaign and positive buzz. There will be one David Holden. He's a candidate for District 19 for Congress. He's back here with us on Lee Pitts Live as we press towards the primary. David, welcome back.
Good to be back, Lee.
Tell me physically, how are you with all of this running around, getting right up to the primary? You're good for the long run?
Oh, I am in it. It's a marathon, not a sprint. I've been doing this well over a year now. I try to take good care of myself, rest, exercise, nutrition. My wife, Streeter, who you've met, takes good care of me on that end. I've got a strong relationship with my higher power, and that sustains me.
Excellent. The behind the scenes in campaigning, when you say you've been doing it for a year, what are some big things that were surprises as you were running a campaign of the scope that you were running?
So many surprises, and that's what's exciting about it, is we're meeting people, the length and breadth of this district, thousands and thousands of folks, and the most surprising thing is how much they want something different and better for themselves. Mm-hmm. And folks are not asking for a handout. They're asking for the tools to make their own lives better for them and their children.
Now, you're a Democrat, and you're getting a lot of positive response from the public in general. Now, excuse me, only Democrats can vote for you in the primary? Explain.
It's a closed primary, so you have to be registered as a Democrat to vote. We've registered hundreds and hundreds of new Democratic voters, some new voters, and some who have switched parties to support us in the primary.
Your diversity has been a key component of your platform. You embrace diversity, you embrace inclusion. Tell us why.
Well, it's the right thing to do, Lee, and it's a reflection of a very diverse district. People may not realize this because of just their view of their neighborhood and their community, but this is a district that goes from working class to people with great affluence and everything in between. We've got 22% Hispanic population, 8% African American, a strong Haitian American community, and even bigger, more diffuse Caribbean American community. This district is America.
The people now have the ability to mail in your vote. That has passed right now. So now we're going straight to the polls. In your district or in general, what is leading? Is it mail-ins or at the polls?
In this district, there's quite a bit of mail-in ballots. We've also got early voting starting next week, and then the day of the election on August 28th. And it's a mix, but quite a number of vote by mail. It makes it much easier for folks, especially if they're traveling during the summer. The ballot can be sent to wherever you're going to be in the country.
The polls, do you have a machine in place for people who may need transportation to the polls, anything like that?
We do, and we've been doing outreach for months now. We do about 5,000 door knocks and phone calls a week. We've got an enormous field team, and one of the things that we're most happy with is that we've brought in a huge number of young people to work on this campaign, because part of what we're trying to do is not just win this election, which we hope and intend to do, but to build capacity in the system so that young leaders are prepared when it's their turn to step up and run for office.
That's really wonderful to hear. Your district runs from where?
It is most of Lee County. 77% of the voters in the 19th district reside in Lee County. And northern Lehigh and a little bit in that area is in the 17th district. And then we go down through Naples and Marco Island in the south.
The Donald Trump's presidency, it's not like you've been a big fan of some of the things that he has done that has really galvanized the Democratic Party. When you look at the things that Donald Trump has done as president, what disappoints you most?
This isn't about Republican versus Democrat. You know, we've had Republican presidents, many in my lifetime, and I may not have agreed with all their policies, but I knew they had the best interests of this country and its people in their hearts. And I don't believe that Donald Trump has that same feeling. I'm disappointed in his lack of respect for the Constitution and for the civility that's required in a democracy for it to thrive. We're not seeing that coming from this administration.
Is it fair to say that Trump's presidency is a positive thing for Democrats to be able to say, here's exactly what we don't want to do?
I don't know if I would put it that way, because it's not enough to be against something, Lee. We've seen that in past elections. We've got to be for something, and this campaign is offering some positive suggestions for how we can move forward in healthcare, environment, infrastructure, jobs, and housing for young people. There's a lot of things we need to do, and it's not just responding to what this administration is doing. But the administration has pointed out where the work needs to be done.
Talk about the job component.
Yeah. So we've got, in this community, many more young people than folks may realize, especially in Lee County. Lee County is a growing community that's attracting families and young people, and we've got great schools here, FGCU, FSW, and these young people would like to stay here. In order to do that, we need good paying jobs. We need to have affordable housing for them, and that's something that we as a community need to invest in.
Environment?
Environment. Biggest issue you can name after healthcare, right next to it, and they're intertwined. We've seen this summer the terrible toxic algae bloom because of the bad policies that have been pursued over the last 30 years vis-a-vis Lake Okeechobee and the Everglades. We're paying the price. And the reason that this community has thrived economically is because we are so attractive. People want to come here because of the beautiful beaches and the waterways and all of the ways they can enjoy their life. That's why so many people move here. That's what brought my family here, both myself and my wife and her parents 25 years ago, because of the quality of life. Well, if you go to a river this summer and you see that terrible green, ugly, toxic algae bloom, makes it harder to convince people this is a great place to invest their lives and their money.
Who is David Holden?
David Holden is somebody who has been raised by a family where service to others was a key value. My parents, Harvey and Nikki, were active in the civil rights movement. They were always out helping others. My dad was my scoutmaster. My mom was active in Girl Scouts. And so my sister and I grew up with that understanding that it was important that the blessings that we receive get passed on. And I've tried to do that throughout my life. I've always been involved in the community. I stepped up to run for Congress because I felt like we were on the wrong track as a nation and that people needed to get more involved, and I decided to take the lead on that in this district.
We have your website that has been appearing on the screen and other information. When people go to that website, what should they look for?
They're going to see our platform, the issues that we think are most important. They're going to see the events that the campaign is participating in. They're also going to have a chance to talk back to us and tell us what they think are the important issues and ask us questions and interact with the people on the campaign and with myself.
What are you hearing when you are going to these community forums, these various forums where they bring the politicians in? What are some key themes that are coming out from those forums that you see as very important to you to address once you're in office?
You know, first I'm going to say I don't consider myself a politician. I consider myself a member of the community who's stepping up to do some service, because that's how I view the job. The title is representative, and I think the people in this district feel they haven't been well represented, certainly not by Mr. Rooney and not by the administration or the Republican leadership in Washington. And I draw a line between the Republican leadership and the Republicans who live in this district, because for us to win, we know that we have to reach out and attract and connect with and talk with Republicans and independents, and that's what we're doing.
What do you like most about Southwest Florida?
Well, I don't know where to start. I love the sunshine. I love the water when it's clean. I love the people. You know, it's a very welcoming community. Folks from all over the country, all over the world come here because of the beauty and the people that are here, and I just enjoy being around those folks.
Okay, take 30 seconds and talk to the American people.
So my name is David Holden. I'm running for Congress in the 19th District to replace Francis Rooney, because I believe that Mr. Rooney's policies and the policies of this Republican administration are wrong for this country. We need to work together to solve the problems of healthcare, environment, infrastructure, jobs, How are we going to prepare our young people for the coming generation? How do we invest in education to give everyone a chance at the American dream?
Well, thank you very much. Everybody be sure to get out and vote. August 28th is the primary. We'll be right back. Hi, everybody. Thanks for watching Lee Pitts Live. Of course, I'm Lee Pitts, the host of Lee Pitts Live. We're here at the Holiday Inn Airport in Fort Myers, and I want you to continue to watch Lee Pitts Live on television, on YouTube, and of course, listen to us on radio. But to get all of your shows to come right to you, just click on that subscribe button right there, and Lee Pitts Live will come right to you, your time, your way. That's Lee Pitts Live.